Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a love reading specifically on those who already are in a partnership. I recently posted a singles reading, so feel free to check that out in my videos. But today we're going to do a love reading all about those who are already in a connection. So today we're going to do two piles. So you can see pile number one is Scorpio, investigate, and then we also have the labradorite crystal, and then we have pile number two, which is Capricorn, achieve, with the rose quartz. Okay, so when you're choosing these piles, make sure that you take 3 mindful deep breaths. It just helps you get in sync with the reading and also help you get in sync with your intuition so that you can choose the pile that is best for you. Make sure that when you take your 3 mindful deep breaths, you want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, I would also say that if there are any messages in either of these piles that you do not agree with, please leave it here. It is not for you, it is for someone else. If you do not like what you hear in this reading, please feel free to double check with your own intuition, right? I'm just a random woman on YouTube, so please feel free to trust your own intuition. I prefer if you trust your own intuition. These readings should be confirmation of things that you already know and give you insight possibly into things that are to come that you may feel already. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Scorpio investigate card and the labradorite crystal. So let's talk a little bit about Scorpio. Something about this when I first pulled this card made me think of like fiery passion. It also talks about investigation down here, which is why I felt like the labradorite crystal would be best for this. Usually the labradorite, and I love that color. It talks about tapping into your intuition, into your psychic abilities, and investigating, going a little bit deeper with this Scorpio card. It seems to kind of go hand in hand. Spirit may be asking you to go a little bit deeper in your connection. You or your partner may be ready to take things to the next level. And I heard while I was shuffling from this particular deck that someone may be getting proposed to soon. So if you are, congratulations. But Spirit is actually wanting you to dive deeper into your connection and how you feel about this person. For some of you, you have been debating whether or not you want to stay with this individual. Spirit is saying, don't just take some. So let's say you heard something from somebody else. Spirit is saying, don't just take their word. Investigate, figure out what it is about this person that, one, you wanted to be with them to begin with, and two, what has changed in your connection and in your relationship where you're thinking about now ending this situation. It may require you to investigate and look deeper within yourself. That's what this feels like. It feels like self-examination, where you need to really figure out if this is something you really want to do, if this is something that can be fixed, if this is something that can be healed. If not, then I always say to reach out to Spirit and tap into your own intuition so that you can get the messages that you need in order to make the moves that you want to make. But I will say that the energy around this card feels very hesitant, right? Almost uncomfortable to a certain degree. I don't know why, but I'm being drawn to, you see how the petals right here have no color, or it's very little color. It kind of bends in with the background or blends in with the background. You may feel that way. You may feel like in your relationship, you've started to blend in with the background. And I keep wanting to say bend. So maybe you feel like you haven't been able, like you've been bending the whole time. Like you've been bending over backwards for this person and it's not working. You may also feel like your hopes, your dreams have taken a back seat to this person or to this relationship. And Spirit is asking you to do some self-examination about yourself. Spirit is asking you to dive deeper into why you got into this relationship, why you want in it, why you want to end it, and what happened to the passion. Because when I was shuffling this card, when I was shuffling from this deck and this card came out, the first thing I heard was passion. So maybe the passion in your relationship has died and you want to rekindle it, or Spirit is asking you to rekindle it. Actually, I'm going to put this up here. So let's get you some cards so we can get some messages for you, okay? Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 1? Almost called you pile number 2. So there may be a message in pile number 2 for you. Okay, let's see what we got. Any messages for pile number 1? Long distance. It says, love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. Okay, maybe part of the reason why you're having this issue is because you're in a long distance relationship, or maybe this person has recently been traveling and you kind of feel uncomfortable. This also, for some reason, this long distance is also making me think about your mind, your state of being. Maybe you've been distant in your mind, or this person has been distant, or you feel like they've been distant. Actually, let's move this over here. There we go. You may have felt like this person has been distant from you for a while. And Spirit is saying that there's a way back, right? You can take the train, quote unquote, back. And for some reason, this makes me think of Harry Potter in the last movie where he dies and he's on the train, and like Dumbledore tells him like, he didn't know if he had the opportunity to go back, but he would assume that the train would take him back. Spirit is saying, if you want to work your way back to this, you can, but it is going to take some work. Okay. And then you have dressing up. It says an opportunity to dress up and party, fun times ahead. So for some of you, I'm hearing you haven't been honest in this connection. Okay, let me move this. It's getting on my nerve. You haven't been honest in this connection, okay? You've been dressing up. You've been pretending to be somebody that you're not. And now you're going to have to, quote unquote, undress, right? You're going to have to dig a little bit deeper, which is why this investigation is here. You're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the facade that you've been putting up. What you've been telling yourself about this situation, what you've been telling yourself about this marriage, or what you've been telling yourself about this partnership, or whatever the case may be. You have not been honest about it. You've just been trying to do the fun things and not do the hard work. And I think probably now you're being asked to do the hard work and you don't necessarily want to do it, which is why Spirit is asking you to investigate. For some of you, this may be a situation where you are you may be dealing with someone who does not want to listen. You also may be dealing with somebody who's being unfaithful. And maybe you fell fast for this person, and now you're in a situation where things are not turning out the way you thought they would. And you're seeing yourself and them for the first time. And you're having to assess whether or not you want to continue with this relationship. Okay. And then you have attraction. It says you are attracting the right person at the right time into your life. So for some of you, for me, this attraction feels like you're attracting this investigation into your life, this self-examination that needs to be done for yourself, because you haven't been doing this. I don't know if you recently asked Spirit for change. I don't know if you've recently been praying or you've been meditating or whatever the case may be, and you've been asking Spirit to give you something new. You've been asking for a change, right? Butterfly, you will meet a new love interest at a party or night out. And you may have been, okay, for some of you, I'm seeing like this image of you meeting somebody out, and they completely shift how you thought about your entire relationship. Yeah, they cleared away the illusion. You've completely shifted how you see this relationship that you're in, and it's making you question yourself, is making you question why you got into this relationship to begin with. And there's a reason for this. Like I said, maybe you've been meditating, maybe you've been praying and asking Spirit for, I don't want to say a way out, but that's what I almost said. So maybe you are asking for a way out. For some of you, you're asking for a way to fix this situation. You're asking for a way to fix this relationship. And part of that is going to happen because you need to self-examine. You need to examine yourself. Okay, you need to do some self-examination. Okay, let's get you some additional cards. I know this may be hard to hear, pile number 1, but I feel like you really have not been honest with yourself. You have been you thought you were fooling this other person, even if it didn't feel like that. Maybe it wasn't like intentional where you were fooling this person, but you've been fooling this person, and in doing so you've fooled yourself, right? You are in a situation where now you may even be trying to relearn yourself because you're having a completely different outlook on who you are. Maybe you lost yourself in this relationship and Spirit is asking you to find you again. Okay, and then it says, honor the journey. It says, don't rush, experience life, respect others, allow messes. Yeah, I think you've been trying to have a perfect relationship, right? Your goal has been, I want to have a perfect relationship. I want everything to be perfect. And Spirit is saying you need to allow the messes to happen because you've been hiding. You've been hiding, pile number one. And I don't know if somebody made you feel like the you that you are is not good enough. And I'm here to tell you that the you are is perfect. Someone will love you just as you are, but you have to be willing to face the nice, fluffy, pretty parts of yourself, but then also face the roughness of who you are. Okay. And then you have inner darkness. So it said, hold safe space, knowing patterns, release versus feed. Yeah, you haven't been releasing this energy that's within you. You've been feeding it. And I just heard feeding it to the darkness. You haven't been honest about who you are. You really haven't. And because of that, the you that's within you has been festering in the dark. It's been sitting there in a place where it cannot breathe. It's not free. And little bitty pieces of it is seeping out. And maybe this person, the person you're in a relationship with, they don't understand what this is because they're meeting a new you for the first time and they don't know how to deal with it. Okay. And then you got sunshine. So it says light, passion. And then I talk about passion when this first came out. Illumination, motivation, don't dim. Yep. You've been dimming yourself for somebody else. You haven't been loving on yourself. And sometimes people don't realize that part of loving yourself is loving the ugly, quote unquote, parts of yourself. It's loving the pieces of you that you think that are unlovable, that you think are hard to love. And Spirit is saying those pieces of you deserve love too. And the right person will come along that will love all of those pieces of you. You don't have to change who you are to be loved. Okay. Let's get you some more cards. Let's shuffle these a little bit. Pile number one. This one is pretty heavy. I thought this was going to be some, light, Valentine Day or Valentine week reading, but this one is a bit light. And I think it's because maybe you are trying to move to something new. Maybe you are moving, you're trying to move into a new direction and you're being paused or it's being stopped or you feel like you're stuck. And it's because you have not been honest with yourself, and Spirit is asking you to be honest with yourself. For others of you, I want to say this. You're moving into a new life. Some of you may be pregnant. So congratulations if you're excited. Some of you may actually be pregnant, and Spirit is asking you to do away with the old you so that when this new life is born into this world, that you can be a light for this baby, this little girl. Well, it may not, I don't know. I just heard little girl. So I'm just going to say it. For some of you, this could be a boy, but I just heard little girl. And Spirit is asking you to move out of this energy that you are in right now. And yeah, there's only women on this deck. But Spirit is asking you to move out of this energy so that you can be prepared for this new life that's coming into your life. Also, for others of you that are getting proposed to, this is your Spirit is clearing out this old dead energy so that you can move into a space where you're open to this relationship, so that you're not second guessing, so that you're not running away at the altar on the day of the wedding. Okay. Let's get you some cards. Spirit, any additional messages for pile number one? Oh, I just heard is it Keisha Cole? Love never knew what I was missing. That's what I'm hearing. So that song may have a message in there for you. It's Love by Keisha Cole. Let's get you. I saw one fall. Yep, and this is on the bottom of the deck. Counselor. It says your compassionate nature makes you a good listener. Your advice is sought after, and your perspective is a valuable commodity. I would say consider going to counseling with your significant other if you're not doing it already. I would also say consider going to counseling for yourself. maybe having those conversations with someone outside of your circle might be helpful. Hold on, let me fix this light. Okay. And then you have the impatience card. So it says, it takes time to build an empire. You desire for instant results. Your desire for instant results can hinder your ability to make good decisions. Yeah, I think you're wanting whatever this is that you pray for, you're wanting it now. And Spirit is saying you need to be patient with yourself. You need to work through these issues. You need to work through these problems so that you can be more prepared for what's coming into your life. Okay, let's get to what's the T cards. We're going to get a little bit of information, see if Spirit will get a little messy with us. And I don't even think we need to be, because there's a lot in this, but let's get you some final cards. We'll get you 2 final cards from the What's the Tea deck, just to see if there's any additional information that any additional messages that Spirit wants you to hear. Any additional messages for pile number 1? Pile number 1, you may be this came out in the singles reading that I did. Consider your love for yourself. Okay, and what I mean by that is, do you love yourself unconditionally? Do you love yourself without faults? Do you love yourself without complication? Let me see if these are actually your cards. No, they are not. Okay. See if you really truly love yourself, because I know people sometimes people say, I love me, but they actually don't. They don't even know what the definition of loving themselves is. And I would say that part of healing this situation is going to be digging deep inside yourself, going back to the childhood you that didn't get the love that he or she deserved. Okay, let's see if we can get you some additional messages. Any messages for pile number 1, Spirit, from What's the Tea deck? So we got clout hungry. Say anything, does anything, make shit up dramatic. Yeah. For some reason, like I said, we talked about this. You're not being completely truthful with yourself. You're just making it up as you go. And you're shifting yourself. You could potentially be a Gemini. You're shifting yourself to move into what you thought somebody wanted you to be and not who you actually are. Okay? And then we got shine. Yeah, your light irritates their demons. Yeah, see, you haven't been shining your own light, okay? You've been dishonest with yourself. You've been dishonest with yourself, and you've been dishonest with this partner that's in your life right now. You haven't really sat down and really thought about what it is that you really want for yourself, right? You may have seen this partner and thought to yourself, that's what I wanted. And then you completely shifted who you were to be who this person is. And by shifting who you are, you have dimmed your own light. Okay? You're not the person that you are. And what I want to say about that is, there is a fullness to each of us, right? And the full you is the ugly, the bad, the dark, the light, the pretty, all of that is a combination of who you are. And if you're only giving the sweet, loving person, right, and you're not giving that raw version of you that has tears, the raw version of you that cries, the raw version of you that hurts, then when those pieces do come out, your partner is not going to know how to take it, right? And now you're in a situation where you want to fix things, you're impatient about fixing them, but you're also not doing the work. Okay. And you might want to consider, just a thought, you might want to consider doing some self-examination and clearing up that situation within yourself, because you're not being honest about who you are. And because you're not being honest about who you are, this person can't be honest with you, because they don't know. Think about it this way. How can somebody truly say that they love you when they don't even know you? Right? They only know a little bitty small piece of you that you think is a good piece of you. So that's the piece that you've shared, right? You haven't allowed them to love them in your full totality. You haven't given them that opportunity, which means you've done them a disservice, but you also done yourself a disservice, because there is someone who will love the entire total package of who you are, but you have to be willing You have to be willing to show people that. And I understand that not everyone is entitled to that full package of you. Totally understand that. But usually those who are not entitled to the full package, they're not entitled to part of it either, right? So don't give all your energy away. Don't be pouring into somebody else's cup. And then when it's time for your cup to be poured into, you got nothing. Right. And it's because you've been so busy giving. And this person thinks that they're giving back to you. Right. You may be in a situation where they believe that they're giving back to you, but there's nothing there because they're pouring into a cup that has holes because you're not being the full version of yourself. Right. You're being this part of the cup, but you forgot the handle. You forgot the bottom. So when they're pouring into you, they can't pour into the full you. They're only pouring into parts of you. Right. And because of that, your cup is always empty. And now you're in a situation where you want things to turn around and you want things to get better, but you have not been honest with yourself. You have not done any self-examination within yourself. Okay, pile number one, this was a heavy one. Okay, like I said, I thought I was going to give some, nice, fruity, easy messages, but that's not what Spirit had in mind today, pile number one. So listen. If this does not resonate with you, you might want to pick pile number two because this message is a heavy one, right? And sometimes we're not ready to accept certain messages. So if you need to take this in bites, you need to take a bite here and then, work on it and come back, take a bite here and work on it. That's totally fine. Do what you need to do in order to help yourself, because I would rather that you get better and you learn to love the full version of yourself than to be fake and phony and not truthful with who you are. Okay, so pile number one, that is all the messages that I have for you. Please feel free to leave comments down in I'm going to say in the description box, which is not where you put the comments, but make sure you leave some comments down below so that I can see how that, tell me all about how this reading resonated with you. And if there's any additional messages you felt like that I didn't get that you got from seeing the cards. Okay. So I will see you next time in my next video and I'll move on to pile number two. Bye. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. Hello. So you chose the Capricorn Achieve card as well as the Rose Quartz. Now, this really made me think about diving into your own love for yourself and your current relationship. This is for the people who are in relationships. Other messages may come out, but I am intending for it to be for people in relationships. But either way, you may be achieving a milestone in your relationship. So this could be you and your partner finally moving in together. You are taking the next step. You're getting engaged. Maybe you're getting a dog. Maybe you're getting a cat or a pet or something like that. The Spirit is talking about you taking that next step in your relationship. You're achieving something huge. Now, for others of you, this may specifically, it feels like it's about you are finally achieving the love that you've always wanted, the love that you've always prayed for. You're finally seeing it for what it is. Maybe in the beginning you couldn't quite see it. It was uncomfortable to see. And you had to be honest with yourself about you. And some of you may be coming from pile number one because a little bit of that came out there. But it's almost like for some reason, the way their leg is, it's like you're leaping into something new and you may be finally ready to take that next step. And Spirit is behind you, right? Like Spirit is congratulating you for achieving this milestone. It's something that you wanted to do for a long time. It may even be something that you prayed about. Okay. So let's get you some cards. Let's see what we'll use. We'll use these. We'll get you some cards from the Fantasy Oracle deck just to see if Spirit will give you some additional information about this new achievement that's happening in your life, okay? I just heard, who is it, Lady Gaga? I don't want to be friends. I don't know if this relationship started out with you being friends and you're getting ready to take it to the next level. So congratulations if you are, because Spirit is saying this is a milestone for you. This is something you've wanted. Maybe you just started out as really good friends and now you're taking it to the next level. So let's get you some cards. Spirit, any cards for pile number two? We have the walker, the waker. Why did I say walker? Maybe you're watching Game of Thrones and you use the White Walkers. I have no idea. But it's the waker, awareness, reflection. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, this person may be finally opening their eyes to be able to see who you are. And what I mean by that is maybe you've been friends for quite some time and now they want to take the next step with you. For others of you, you've been in a relationship. We talked about this a little bit. You've been in a relationship and now you and this person are taking the next steps. And then you have the weaver. It says rediscover, transition. Yeah, there's a transitioning happening. You really are achieving a milestone in this relationship that you're in. And for some, I'm hearing, okay, how do I describe this? It's being weaved. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm hearing. It's being weaved by the pottery maker. I think it's a combination of two things. It sounds like what I'm actually getting is that this has been predestined by spirit. The way this happened, it might have come about in a weird way. Maybe like just an example. Let's say somebody invited you out to a party. You were never going to go to this party. And then you end up going, and right before you got ready to leave, you meet this person, right? It's just kismet, right? You meet this person. You just became the closest of friends. You clicked on so many things. Spirit is saying that this was preordained. This may even have been this may have also been a contract that you had with Spirit when you came back into this life to be with this person. And Spirit is saying that this is preordained. It was already it was woven through the threads of time. And I'm also seeing like the red string of fate. I'm seeing it around the right wrist. Very specific. Let's get you some more cards. And then we have the musician. It said inspiration, gratitude. So this person may be a musician, or you may be. Spirit may also speak to you through music. Maybe if you ever want to hear a message from Spirit and you can't turn on your favorite tarot card reader, or you're not really familiar with reading cards yourself, maybe something that you can do is whatever musical platform that you use, do a little shuffle and let Spirit speak to you that way. But outside of that, you may be this person's inspiration. They for some reason, I feel like they're grateful that they get to know you in this lifetime. And I feel like you are too. I feel like there is a peace that you have with each other. I don't know why I'm seeing this. I'm seeing somebody sitting on a dock, maybe near water, playing a guitar, and their girlfriend or boyfriend is sitting there listening. So I don't know if you both connect through music. That may be how you found each other, is through music. Maybe you saw a live performance or something like that, but you are their inspiration, right? They are inspired by you, by how you walk, how you live your life. They are very aware of who you are. And they may have even told you when they first met you that they felt like they were meeting a long lost friend, like no time had passed at all. It's because there was a contract written before you got here that you and this person would have this relationship. Okay, let's get you one more card from this deck and then we'll pull some more. Any additional messages from this deck, Spirit? Thank you. We have the botanist. So it says parenthood legacy. Oh, okay. So maybe that's another milestone that you're getting ready to achieve. Maybe you're going to be a parent soon, and you're creating your legacy. Yeah, founders. Look, foundations, communication. Yeah, you're building a foundation with this person. You guys are you may be starting a family. Now, this doesn't have to be children, right? You can be starting a family by having a pet, right? People do that. But there is something a new achievement. We talked about that's coming into your life. But part of that may be you're growing something new. If it's not this, if it's not a child or if it's not a pet, this could be that you're both starting a new project soon, and you are in the phase of growing it. You're tending to the garden. That's what I'm hearing. You're putting the flowers, the water on the flowers, and you're making sure that the roots are breathing and all that kind of stuff, right? I do not do anything with plants if you can't tell, but that may be what this is. It feels like something new is growing. You're achieving a milestone, right? You're doing something that you've wanted to do in this relationship, and you're doing it together. So you may work together, or if you don't do it now, you may work together in the future. And for some reason, I'm noticing like the way these cards are, things may just fall into place for you. It may just be seamless or perfect. It may not take a lot of tinkering or moving around. Things may just fall in place seamlessly for you. Okay, let's get you some more cards. Sorry about that. I am shuffling, so it may be a little loud. Spirit, any additional messages for pile number 2? Any additional messages for my pile number 2s? I keep hearing, I want to be ready. I don't even think that's a song. I don't know if that's something you're writing with your partner. You may be writing music together. I don't know why I just said that. You may be writing music together with each other. Maybe you're a writer and he or she plays the guitar or the drums or something. Let's get you some messages. Any messages from these cards, Spirit? Okay, I think that's 2. Is these your cards, Spirit? Yes, okay. So we have anxiety, okay? And then we got adjacent possibilities. Yeah, okay. So this new achievement that's happening for you, you may be a little anxious about this. Oh, look at the bottom deck energy. Woman holding a coin. And I'm going to show you this because it was among the cards that fell out at first. Blossoming abundance. So this new thing that you're achieving in your life is going to bring abundance. But let's talk about this, okay? This new achievement that is happening for you, you may be in a situation where you're wondering, you may be thinking, oh God, it's too good to be true. Like things are falling in place so seamlessly. So it has to be too good to be true. It can't be really what I think it is. And Spirit is asking you to stop creating the storm. I don't know if you see this lightning in the background. Can you see that right there? Spirit is saying you're creating a storm that's not real. Okay. This storm has not happened and will not happen if you get yourself out of this anxiety mindset. For some of you, you may have been the person, okay, you're probably one of those people or have been one of those people who self-sabotage, okay, where things are starting to go really good for you and then you start freaking out and you're like, oh my God, the sky must be falling, or it's just my luck, things are going to go shitty. Like, don't do that, okay? Because Spirit has already created this space for you. Spirit has already, like this, what do we talk about? This was already predestined. Spirit already, like, has woven this into your journey, right? This is a signed contract, right? Spirit put it there. You asked for the contract. This is what you wanted. Spirit is putting there. And I'm saying, like, don't overthink this. Because I feel that overthinking. I feel it like all in my body. You're overthinking. You're like, but what? But like, seriously, if you're saying to yourself, but what if it goes wrong? Then change your way of thinking and say, well, what if it goes right? What if everything just goes perfectly, right? Spirit is saying there are a lot of doors that you could take, right? But you're going in the right door. The door that you're in right now is the right door. Stop overthinking. Stop thinking about whether things should go this way or should go that way or should go that way. Spirit is saying you have to go down this path that you're already on, right? You're going to achieve something beautiful, but you have to be willing to stay focused, right? And you see the woman holding a coin here. Something about this is going to bring in wealth for you and your partner. You may also, I don't know if you are familiar with what this is, but there is I call it a divination method. Some people call it other things, called the I Ching. Something about this right here makes me think of the I Ching. So you might want to look that up. It may be significant for you, maybe something you want to do. If it's not yours, leave it here. Seriously, leave it here. But something about this new achievement that's happening for you. It is going to bring in wealth. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be monetary wealth. It could be wealth of love, wealth of abundance. It could be a new place to stay, right? But Spirit is saying that this new milestone is going to bring in a wealth of things for you, where you're going to be almost like the Empress a little bit, where you're going to be sitting in a situation where you are the most comfortable you have ever been. And Spirit is saying, like, sit in that space. And for me to think of the Empress, you may also, like, you really may also be pregnant. If it's not with a physical child, it may be with a new idea, you and your partner. Okay, let's get you some other messages. What cards should we use? I'll use these. Let's see. Spirit, any additional messages for pile number 2? Ooh, now they just went everywhere, didn't they? Just hard-headed. They went everywhere. Ooh, that may be your mind. Pile number 2, I'm calling you out. That may be your mind. Your mind just scattered. It's going everywhere. Keep yourself together. You see how neat that is? Keep yourself together. You got this. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready for it. This love that you have is a contract, okay? It was destined. It was predestined before time, okay? Some of you may be getting proposed to. Or you may be getting ready to get married. Let's get you some cards. Oh, that flew out, didn't it? Privileged lady. Yeah. This is meant to be. This is meant to be, pile number 2. You're going to have to sit in this wealth, though. Don't overthink it, okay? These women, to me, look, they feel the same. I don't want to say they look the same. They feel the same. Their energy feels the same to me. You got courtship, yeah. Your reading is all about love. Your relationship with this partner that you have. Some of you, like I said, some of you, you may have been in a friendship relationship and it's turning into something that is a courtship. They've been courting you for a long time. And you know what I just heard? They've been courting you for a long time and you didn't even realize it. You thought you guys are just really good friends. And I think you were, right? You were good friends. Hello, don't let me take that from you. You are good friends. But at the same time, this person has had a thing for you. And I noticed that there's a 4 here. There's stability here. Okay. And then you have toil and labor. This person worked hard to get you. They worked really hard to get this relationship with you. And they are not going to let it go that easy. Okay. I got some cards that fell on the floor. Yeah, one of your cards, it was great fortune. But we're going to keep shuffling because a lot of stuff came out. Let's get you one more card from here. Spirit, any additional messages? Concern. Yeah, you're concerned. You're worried. And don't be. Okay. Wow. Yeah, some of you really are birthing a child. There's a child in it coming into this relationship. If you're, listen, let me give you a word of warning. If you are not looking to get pregnant, there's a saying, okay? There was this book that I used to love to read. I can't think of the name of it now. It was a romance novel, okay? In the book, the guy was like of royal blood or something like that. And his father had a saying, cover your knobber before you bob her. You need to do that. You need to do that, pile number 2, because if you don't want to get pregnant, you better take a precaution because it's in your energy. Like I said, if this is not a project, it is a physical child. For me to keep getting that, and then for your bottom deck energy to be a child, sis, sir, ma'am, listen. There is a child in your energy. You need to be careful. If this is something you want, go for it, honey. The sky is the limit. But if it's not, you need to be careful. You need to take your time. Okay. I'm going to get you 2 cards from here and then we'll end the reading. Okay. Yeah, this is in your energy right now. And I just heard like for some reason I looked up at this toil and labor card. Spirit is talking about whatever this is that you're about to, yeah, you may be getting ready to retire. Whatever this is that you are about to achieve, you worked hard on this, you and this partner, but specifically you worked really hard on this. And that's why it's coming in for you now. You're getting your harvest. Don't let anxiety and concern stop you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being concerned, but move forward. Okay, there are big changes coming for you. Okay, now that was a lot of cards. And I want to say this, I just saw the pressure card and the influencer card. Hold on. There we go. I just saw the pressure and the influencer card. It may come out again. You may feel like you're under a lot of pressure right now, but Spirit is saying you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay, let's get you some cards. I'm going to get you 2 cards from here, and then we'll end the reading. Spirit, any additional messages for pile number 2? Do-be-do-be-do. Be-be-do-be-do. I don't know why I'm hearing that. What is it? Where did I hear it from? Home Alone? Starlight, star bright. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I don't know if you're watching Home Alone. Listen, I love Home Alone. It's not just a Christmas movie to me. It is a movie. I will watch it any time of the year. So if you're watching it, I do not judge you. Let's see. I know the Spirit speaks a lot through music to me, but it's because I'm a music head and I love music. So we have Lost. Or did I just say that? Loss. It says, don't let a past setback define your future. Stay focused on your positive outcome, as your thoughts and belief will directly affect your reality. Yeah, get out of this anxiety mindset. Spirit is reminding you to get out of the anxiety mindset and understand that this is going to work out for you. Stay focused on your positive outcome. Okay, your thoughts are shifting and they're changing, but as long as you stay positive, you're going to be fine. Okay, this achievement is meant for you. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't, sorry. And then you have schedule. It says most forms of prosperity require time and effort, which is what you put in to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for the abundance you are wanting to attract? Yeah, make time to sit with yourself. Okay, be one with yourself. Understand that this is meant to happen for you at this moment, at this time, right? Because if it was not meant to happen, it would not. And I want you to notice something. Do you see all these 8s in your card? To me, that talks about abundance. There's some abundance coming in for you. Like for some of you, this definitely feels monetary. It feels like so think about something like this, like maybe you are writing a song and you're going to end up giving it to like some big, I don't know, artist, and it's going to do huge numbers and you're going to be able to make more money, right? Something like that. Or you are going to finally get that record deal that you've always wanted, or you're going to go viral on TikTok and it's going to allow your music to be played in other places, and you're going to be able to get make more money. And I just heard Not Like Us, so I don't know if it'll be as big as Not Like Us, but I just literally heard that playing in my head by Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. But pile number 2, there are some beautiful things coming into your life, but you have to let go of the anxiety. You have to let go of the worry. You've worked hard for this. Spirit is highlighting that you really worked hard for this. And not only in this lifetime, if you believe in past lifetimes, you've been working hard for this for several lifetimes. Okay, this is not new. Like, you are not new to this. You are true to this, even if you don't remember it. Okay, you've worked hard, and in this lifetime, you are reaping the benefits of that. Okay, so sit in this energy a little bit, because to me it feels good. Like, I want you to get out of that anxiety level. Maybe sometimes, and I've done this before, where I've listened to certain readers on TikTok or on Instagram or YouTube, and the energy of the reading feels good. If this energy of the reading feels good for you, sometimes just put it on in the background and just listen, right? Sometimes words that are being spoken can help you see yourself in a different light. And it doesn't have to necessarily be with this reading. It can be anything that makes you feel comfortable, that puts you in that space of understanding that you're achieving something beautiful. Do that. If it's a song, if it's a book, if it's a sound, right? Like I love those, singing bowls. I love the way they sound. Maybe something like that puts you in this energy and it'll allow you to be more comfortable with what's about to happen for you. Okay. But you are achieving a huge milestone. And I just want to say congratulations, right? This is beautiful. I love this energy for you. Now, this is all of the messages that I have for you, pile number 2. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.